Sí.
Un saludo especial para la gente hermosa de Canadá.
Muchas gracias.
Desde Cali, Colombia. Allá está haciendo frío, aquí no. A toda la gente beautiful de Canadá. You people, I love you forever. And you're from Colombia. Hey, bye bye.
The ocean breeze is saying Colombia, that's the life.
Empanadas, damas y caballeros, ¿cómo estás? Welcome to GUATAPE in the department of Antioquia, Colombia. And I am here with my friend and my Colombian sister, Monica. She doesn't want to be on camera too much, so we'll spare her. Anyway, we're going to wander around GUATAPE, see what there is to see. This is my first time here. It's been at the top of my list for a long time. So finally here after all these years, and eventually we'll go check out El Penol, which is the big rock. Whether we climb up all the stairs, I don't know yet, but we'll see. We'll see if we're feeling energetic or not. So let's go check out GUATAPE. Despite the fact that it's already about 10:30 a.m., things are just starting to open up. Little shops, they're just opening up. Things are pretty quiet down by the water, and it's Wednesday, so I don't know, I'm presuming that it's pretty packed here on the weekends, but at the moment it looks pretty slow around here. Now we're going up into the touristy area. There's a bunch of military people here. I'm not going to film them because I've heard that the military doesn't really like their people being filmed, but you can see the old cobblestone streets. Super colorful buildings, which I love. It's very similar to Salento in that way. But things are just... it's like everything's just waking up, but it's already 10:30. Things are a little more active around this main area here. Got your usual deep fried things that I try to stay away from. More beautiful colors. I think this is even more colorful than Salento. Suddenly there's hordes of people. I guess everybody just woke up all at once. Looks like it will be beautiful when it's all lit up at night. And here's the famous avenue with all the umbrellas. Taking a photo here can take a while because, of course, everybody wants their photo with the umbrella lane. Lots of nice murals, all kinds of different foods you can buy here. And the apartment buildings are all colorfully painted. Just like that, we're on an upper street. All the usual stuff. Mochilas, bags, purses, ponchos. As you can see, they have the tuk-tuks, moto taxis. So we're in the Plaza Principal. It's a little bit noisy because they're doing some construction to the sidewalk over there, but this is the main cathedral, the iglesia. So we'll take a quick wander in the iglesia and check it out. Pretty decorations. Pienso que no eres muy feliz. ¿Qué? ¿Qué? Don't look very happy. You look kind of lonely. Colors everywhere. Now this lake is man-made. I don't know how they managed to pull it off because it's a decent sized lake, and it almost looks like they literally just dug out the shape of the lake they wanted. But I'll have to look into that more. It'd be very interesting to know when they commenced making this lake and how they make it so that the water doesn't just soak into the ground. This is a mighty big sheep. ¿Y cómo se dice en español?
Oveja.
Oveja. So I presume it is representative of... It's a little noisy in this town at times. Representative of the fact that they probably have lots of sheep around here. Buenos días. ¿Es arepas de chocolate o...?
Son de queso. Queso por dentro, con cuajada, muy ricos.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Eso es todo.
Sí, es arepas de chocolate.
Arriba, sí, arriba hay más.
All different desserts, all kinds of food, pasta, pizza, hamburguesas, hamburgers. Alleyway here with more shops. It's pretty cool how they've actually made this like a 3D with the different layers. Looks like we're getting into the residential neighborhood up here. Just show you all the stairs for a moment. Hola, señor. Everything's brightly colored here. Let's see if they have la bandera de Canada. You see? Es aquí. It's like every shop is uniquely decorated with these beautiful colors and quite impressive, I must say. So much detail. There's murals all over the place. So this talks more about the dam that was built and when. And I'm going to say that I was only partially correct about that it's a man-made lake. Because what actually happened, now I'm learning more about it, is that there was no lake there, and then they built a dam, and the dam broke. That's what ended up creating the lake. I think that it was back in the 70s, but I'll have to confer with somebody on that to confirm. All kinds of art shops, beautiful paintings down here. Even the wishing wells are beautiful. So let me tell you about some of the basics of getting here. We started off in El Terminal Norte, the North Terminal in Medellin this morning at about 8 a.m. I think it was, or maybe 7:30. And we caught a small bus to GUATAPE, which took approximately 2 hours, 2 horas, to GUATAPE. And the cost was 20,000 pesos per person, 20,000 pesos. And most of the trip here we're just going through towns that weren't all that nice, but about starting half an hour before GUATAPE. Then we had the beautiful rolling green hills and it became quite nice. Right in the middle of the Plaza Principal, there's this big pool. I've never seen that before. And it's covered. Very different. These are all just Christmas, I'm sure, just special for Christmas. Stage over here. More Christmas decorations. So, I hate to be a cheapskate, but that restaurant that we just looked at, your meal that typically costs 15,000, for instance in San Gil, it's like 35,000. So we're gonna look a little bit more and see if we can find something a little bit more reasonable. We have a big long row of beautiful colored tuk-tuks. I think these are even more colorful than the ones in India. Okay, this is where we're settling on. The lunch has arrived. I'm having trucha a la plancha, that's trout.
Más cubiertos, sí, papá.
But as you can see, they've only given us 1 fork, 1 spoon, 1 knife, so we have to share. It's a budget place. ¿Y para ustedes el mismo?
Pero milanesa.
Ah, okay. Buen provecha.
Thank you.
So we just finished lunch. The prices were kind of as expected for a really touristy place. 27,000 pesos for trout lunch each. You can maybe get trout lunch for 20,000 in Salento, but 27 seemed like the going rate. Actually seemed like even cheaper in some places, but it's pretty good. Good portion, very full. And now we're just trying to figure out something to fill our afternoon out with. Maybe a boat tour. We'll get back to you as soon as we figure it out. So we've decided on the boat tour, if we're not too late, that is.
¿Qué precio tiene?
I feel like I'm walking on a Lego set. Monica, no más cervezas. This is the boat. It's kind of interesting. Buenas.
Super. Bueno, pues va a pasar regalar nombre y algún número de identificación de ambos. Pero sí, seguidito, no pasa nada.
So far they're playing good music.
Nos demoraremos más o menos en ir y regresar. Yo tengo que avanzar un poquito más para empezar a explicar los puntos, así que mientras tanto, bienvenidos a GUATAPE y disfruten de esta hermosa vista, muchachos, por este hermoso embalse.
Gracias.
The way we go.
¡Fue el verano! ¡Fuego!
Yo los vi sonriendo juntos, cantando y bailando, hablando de cosas tan lindas. El destino a la vez me ha perdido y me da pena mirarla ante mí. Hoy me
cuando se ven en la obligación de prácticamente tener que comprar todo el pueblo para poder hacer el proyecto. Debido a ciertas complicaciones y acuerdos que no se respetaron con el pueblo, los del viejo Peñol se empezaron a quejar en contra de este proyecto, principalmente el médico fue uno de los mayores opositores pues, de que hicieran el proyecto, porque el médico del viejo Peñol era el mayor terrateniente, una de las personas más ricas. Obviamente y lastimosamente al médico lo mataron en su propiedad. Obviamente terminaron haciendo todo este proyecto, solo que originalmente tenían una...
We just finished the boat tour.
Yes, amazing.
It was very relaxing, but of course it's Colombia, so there's very loud music, right? The tour guide, you know, did a really good job explaining things, but he's talking really, really fast, so I tuned out. I stopped paying attention. Monica can tell me later what he said. But cost was 30,000 pesos, 30,000 pesos per person. That's about $10 Canadian, $8 US. And I forgot to mention that the 27 for the trout, that's about $9 and something. So not too bad. So I think now we're going to head over towards El Peñol. I don't think we're going to climb up the stairs, but we'll check it out and I'll use my drone to climb up for me. Right?
Yes.
Yes. As you can see, you can rent jet skis, possibly power boats, I'm guessing. And more restaurants over on this end. So just to give you fair warning, it's just to go to El Peñol, you have to walk up all these steps. Well, you don't have to. I think that what we're doing is kind of the same deal as Monserrate in Bogota, where you can actually walk all the way up for free, gratis, or you can go on the cable car and pay. So I think we're basically doing the freeway, but you have to go up lots of stairs. And then once you get to El Penol, if you want to go to the top of that, that's when you have to go up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stairs. Lots of steps to go yet, but you can just see the top of El Penol right over there. Not too much further. This is about, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way up. Pretty good view from up here. I think El GUATAPE is over that way somewhere. But we still have more stairs. Bit of a circus up here. I don't know where people are getting their photos, so I thought there's a clear shot from right over here. Pretty busy for a Wednesday. There she blows. El Penol, the big rock. So this is kind of like the Ayers rock, or Uluru of Australia, but here in Colombia. A strange rock pointing out of nowhere, seemingly. I chickened out on using the drone because there's so many people up there. There's not a lot of spots to take off. And the sun was kind of blinding. I would have had to fly directly into the sun, so I said, no, better to be safe than sorry. I'd say that GUATAPE is probably one of the top 10 tourist destinations in all of Colombia. That would be for Colombian people and us extranjeros. Okay, damas y caballeros, that's going to wrap things up here for El Penol and GUATAPE. Just so that you know, I used to think that El Penol was basically in GUATAPE, but it's not. It's about 4 or 5 kilometers away, so you basically, I thought you could walk here really easily, but that's not the case. So you're going to want to take a bus, the one that's going to Medellin, and make sure that they drop you off at the entrada, the entrance for El Penol.
Paseos en lancha, almuerzos a 18 a la orden.
And to think he does that all day probably. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, remember, there's no you in Colombia, but hopefully you can find yourself here in this beautiful country someday. Until next time, hasta los tacos.